National Security Police arrest organizers of Hong Kong's Tiananmen vigil. Hang-tung, vice chairwoman of the Hong Kong Alliance in support of the Patriotic Democratic Movement of China, arriving at police headquarters on September 7th in Hong Kong. Hong Kong CNN, four activists from the Hong Kong pro-democracy group that organized the city's annual Tiananmen Square vigil, were arrested early Wednesday morning after the group refused to comply with the police order to submit information on national security grounds. Police has sought details concerning the group's funding and membership in relation to an accusation it was working as a foreign agent in violation of city's sweeping national security law, according to a letter seen by CNN late month. The letter said the group, the Hong Kong Alliance in support of the Patriotic Democratic Movement of China, had 14 days to submit the information or face up to a 6 months imprisonment. Under the law, which was imposed by Beijing last year, authorities have wide-ranging powers to crack down on political crimes. The arrested members of the group included Vice Chairwoman and barrister Hang-tung, as well as standing committee members Kam-wai, Ngok-kwan, and Dor-wai, the group said. Cheung posted on social media early Wednesday morning that police were ringing her doorbell and attempt to open the door. CNN has reached out to Hong Kong police for comment. Hang-tung and two other committed members of the Hong Kong Alliance at the press conference in Hong Kong on September 7th. The alliance, formed more than 3 decades ago to support those protesting for democracy in Beijing, said on Sunday that it would not comply with the police request, which included orders to hand over each member's personal details, as well as all meeting records with the political groups in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and overseas. The city's security agency released a statement late Sunday with a solemn warning that endangering national security is a very serious crime and that the alliance should immediately turn back before it is too late. But the group doubled down on Tuesday, submitting a letter to police arguing they had insufficient grounds to request materials. In their letter, the group added that it was not a foreign agent and that police had yet to explain why they believed the group was linked to the foreign forces. Ji-Hon-kwon, a member of the alliance, said on Tuesday that judicial review had been filed to challenge the police request. In response, Carrie Lam, the city's leader, criticized the group for disobeying police. I must strongly condemn the alliance's statements, Lam said on Tuesday. Security Chief Chris Tang also warned on Tuesday that those who do not comply with the National Security Police orders would face the consequences. Hours later, in the early hours of Wednesday morning, the arrests were carried out. The Hong Kong Alliance had held the annual candlelight vigil on the anniversary of the Tiananmen pro-democracy crackdown since 1990. The event of Tiananmen Square began with the protesters in Beijing, mostly college students, gathering in the heart of the Chinese capital to mourn the death of the ousted former leader, then to push for government reform and greater democracy. In the early hours of June 4, 1989, the Chinese military entered the square with orders to put down the protest. No official death toll has ever been released, but right groups estimate hundreds, if not thousands, were killed. The protest and crackdown has been wiped from the history books in China, censored and controlled. The annual candlelight vigil in Hong Kong has been, for decades, the only massive memorial held on Chinese soil. But the vigil's days appear to be numbered. Several core members of the alliance, including former lawmakers Lee Cheuk-yan and Albert Ho, were serving prison sentences over charges of unauthorized assembly. This year's event was banned by authorities citing coronavirus restrictions. Hong Kong's Security Bureau also warned that attending or promoting any June 4 rally could violate national security law and result in imprisonment. Under security law, protesters, journalists, and pro-democracy figures have been arrested. Newsrooms have been raided and forced to shut down, and textbooks, films, and websites faced new censorship. A number of other activist organizations and civic groups, many of which, like the Hong Kong Alliance, have been key part of the city's political and social fabric for decades, have folded after facing pressure from police. Authorities in Hong Kong have repeatedly denied they are using the law to crack down on political opposition or stifle dissent. I'm confident that police is using this power properly, based on the evidence that they have to ask for the information, said Lam last Tuesday when asked about the alliance. We respect civic society. However, she warned, the law will be fully implemented to stamp out any activist that will endanger national security.